It's February 17th, 2020, and some Android manufacturers are still giving us hybrid dual SIM. Why can't they just give us two SIM card, one micro SD, so we can enjoy both together? Don't worry about that, because in this video I'm going to show you how to safely convert your hybrid slot to dedicated slot with two SIM and memory card at the same time. Welcome back to Smart Depot. You might have seen this hack before now, but what we're going to do is that we're going to guide you through it, and we're going to tell you the few risks and the major safety measures you're going to take to get this done. The little risk will involve you damaging your SD card or even your SIM card or getting your fingers burned. But we're going to start with the safety measures starting from the micro SD card. Okay, this is the storage, and at the end of it there's always a little bump at the end of it. You're going to file it off with a little nail file or any other smooth file that you can find. Now, the very important thing is that do not file the other side where you see the lines of the chip. Do not try to do that. I'm going to rough it up a little bit because I'm using Evostick glue. So the main focus is to file down the bump at the SD card until it becomes level. Don't worry about the bump. Talking about the bump on the SD card, you don't need it inside the phone. You only need it when you are now going to use this micro SD card on a bigger SD card adapter, as you can see. So that bump makes sure that the micro SD card stays at the particular line that it's supposed to get to. So that's all it does. So let's move into the SIM card. Your SIM card is very delicate, so you're not going to apply force. Instead, you're going to put a little fire and make sure your hand is not burnt. Okay, so in my experience of doing this, I've actually damaged the SIM once because I applied force. So when I learned that, I discovered that with a little heat, every plastic side of the SIM card will melt and come out by itself. So you don't even need to apply force. So make sure the second safety measure is to make sure you do not apply force on the SIM card. Remember, the first one, flatten down the bump on the SD card with a file. The second one, do not apply force on the SIM card chip. Do not. As you're applying heat over here and there on it, some of them SIM card plastic are harder than others. Like this one is one of the hardest. So as you're applying heat here and there, it will come out, but just make sure you do not apply any force to pull out the chip from the plastic. So that's the second safety measure. The third one is that do not use something like any glue like super glue or instant glue, iodide, 4-minute gum. Do not use that. Why I say do not use that is that there might be a situation whereby you might still want to bring out the micro SD card storage and use it another place. A little heat on Evostick will make it come out. So we're going to add gum right now to both the chip and then the micro SD card. Now I'm going to cut off the side that I allowed it to dry. You might just allow it to dry like a minute or two or three. When it dry, then you also, before you do this, make sure there is a side of the SIM card chip that is curved. There's a side of the plastic that is curved. Make sure you know that, because that is what is going to guide you when you are placing it under the micro SD and on inside the hybrid SIM slot. So make sure you do that, and make sure you place it the way it should be while it is still on that plastic. So make sure you can use a permanent marker, you can use a pen, you can use something to just maybe scratch a little of that side to know that. So right now I'm going to put that, and I'm going to measure whether it is well placed. So these things just require little carefulness. So you apply the gum and then you place it on the micro SD card. So as you see now, there is a side in the micro SD card that have like a head on the left side. So make sure you place it and then give space for the micro SD card. And once you've done, you check it. Like you can see now, I'm checking it whether the slot for the micro SD card has enough space for it to contact, and the SIM card has its own space. So once you've checked this thing, you are like done. And then the glue is there. So the glue requires it make sure that it doesn't move, the SIM card doesn't move around up and down, so you don't get stuck. And then the flattening of the bump, also make sure it doesn't get stuck. And one of the things that will show you that you did this well is when you're slotting it in. It has to go in with ease, without any pressure. Once it is hard to go in, you have to pull back and make sure you did the things we said. Or if you don't, you might have problem bringing it out. So look at this one now. As I'm putting it in, it just goes in smooth. So right now we're going to check out the test of the pudding, which is in the eating. We're going to go back and check whether this thing is working. So look at it right now. As you can see in the SIM card now, there are two SIMs now on top of it. The two SIM cards are on, they are working. And then let's check the SD card storage, whether it's working. As you can see, the SD card storage is working. So thank you. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel so we can be bringing you better and better content. So that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Subscribe. I'll see you.